Hello and welcome to this episode of Wooden What You Don't Need, and in this episode we will have the final showdown between a positive display and a negative display using two very professional tools. This thing here, which is something that I use with my bread baking machine, and I will use this thing here, the technical name is thingy, in order to turn the plate of this thing here, this round thing there, which is an artifact made by NASA in the late 2070, and it's coming from the future in fact, and I will turn the NASA artifact with the bread baking thing in order for you to have a grasp of how good or bad is the visibility of a positive and or of a negative screen. And these are the Casio W-800H in positive display and with a negative display. And I will write the exact model numbers somewhere here in the screen. This one is the first digital watch with a negative display that I have ever bought. I've done the unboxing video of this one and I will do full review very soon. It'll be uploaded on the channel very soon. They are the exact same module. They share the same characteristics, but as you can see, the watch with the positive display has a different strap with a different buckle. The black and negative display W-800H has its original strap. As you can see, it says Casio on the plastic buckle, whereas the W-800H with positive display has a replacement strap, and you can watch the video in which I replace the strap to this very watch on the channel. So I have... Oops. Upside down. So I have received this one a couple of days ago in the mail, and I haven't yet adjusted the time or date or anything on it, whereas I've had this one for quite a while now. I think that these are great watches feature wise, and they offer amazing value for the price, but we're not here to talk about value. We're here to use the magical metal stick and see how the legibility is for these two affordable beasts. Now, I must preface that I am using two lamps. I think they're affordable lamps that I have been using for shooting all of my videos, and they are standing at about 2 feet or 60 centimeters, maybe a bit more, from the watches. They are at an angle, so they're not vertical or horizontal. They are pointing towards the displays of the watches. One lamp is on the left, the other one is on the right. So these are the conditions. Today it's a cloudy day. It's quite dark outside. It's indeed 25 minutes to midday, noon, and let's go. So what I will do is I will turn the wheel here so that you can see when the digits on the two displays are legible or when they become impossible to read. So how this is going to work, I will do various turns of this wheel, one with the lights just like I described, the other one with the lights pointing upwards so that you see no reflection on the crystals of the watch, and yet another one with the natural illumination of this room, and another one with all the lights turned off with the window open. So let's start with the first one, the first turn of the table with reflections both left and right. So the camera is now facing both watches, but I will begin to turn clockwise. Here comes the reflection, and it went away on the negative screen. Okay, now the negative screen is not legible anymore, whereas the positive still is legible. And now, well, they're both not legible. Let's turn them counterclockwise. Slow and steady wins the race. One reflection, and now It's gone, more or less facing the camera. And then let's turn the other way. One more reflection. Let's turn them back. Oops. No watch was severely harmed during the shooting of this video. Now what I'm going to do now is switch places between positive and negative version. So here they are again, and let's turn them clockwise and counterclockwise once again. Okay, clockwise is okay. Now let's turn them back. Let's turn them back facing the camera, like directly perpendicular to the camera. Now I will turn the lamps with the light beams facing upwards instead of facing directly the watches. So quite likely the reflection on the negative display will not be as visible or as severe. Let's turn them once again. Clockwise, slowly facing us, and counterclockwise. You see there's always a bit of reflection on the negative display, and once again towards us. I will switch the light of this room on, and I will switch the lamps off. One lamp off, the other lamp off. And as you can see, in a dark room, the negative display is, well, almost illegible. So let's switch places again for the sake of the scientific experimentation. Let's turn the table here, the NASA table anyways. I don't know about you, but I cannot read anything on the negative display. Once again, counterclockwise, facing us. So let's switch on the lamps again, this time with the direct light. One, switch on the other. Okay, and I will put some B-rolls. And these are some handheld B-rolls to see the W-800H in negative display under a better light perhaps. So if I move the camera a bit, like from this angle and at this distance, which is a much shorter distance than the one I used for shooting the video, here the negative display is much more visible. So with the handheld version of the video, I can say that the legibility is a bit better. If I kind of follow the watch, like right now the watch is facing almost perpendicularly that light. It's much more visible than before, I think. So sorry for the moving images, but this handheld version wanted to give some justice to the negative screen. This is, I think, in ideal lighting conditions, so the negative screen is very legible. As we draw far, it becomes less and less legible, of course. So let's get the negative display closer to the camera. And let's turn it a bit, like a bit of reflection here. Now I will turn the lamps so that the light beams are facing up and not directly pointed towards the watch. One is facing up. Both lamps are facing upwards, so there's less reflection, but of course there is less light. So yeah, to me this is not that visible. But anyway, apart from the legibility factor, which could be really a bummer for someone, this is a great watch, and look out for the complete review of this watch, which will be uploaded very soon. This has been Wood and Watch You Don't Need, and these have been the Casio's W-800H in positive and negative display, and I'll see you on the next of Wood and Watch You Don't Need. Ciao!